Also glad to see every single buff for the secondary weapons just overpowers the Latium. Hey, you know that one arcane that is supposed to add crit, flat crit until you get like a big crit after 6 shots? You know that arcane? Well, turns out it's broken on the Latium once again. You don't get only basic crits, you get blood red crit. You get a tier 4 crit that I don't think any other weapon can easily get. What's even the point, honestly, of any of the weapons in Warframe? I feel like the Latium is just a band-aid solution to every single weapon that has like ammo problems, like the Kuva families. And then, you know, you can use whatever weapon you want as long as you have a Latium in the backpack, you can do whatever you want. Also boring, plus it's just Umbra again. It's Umbra again. Umbra again, it's just Umbra again. Just Umbra, is that insulting? We have a Necros. Oh my god, never mind. I guess I'm just gonna go stealth. There, enjoy yourself. Okay. How's everybody's weekend? I mean, I don't know what the game wants me to do with a freaking Necros next to me. I can't do anything with the Necros around me because I don't know who I need to shoot.
The Void Angels are unrelenting. You are all that is keeping them at bay.
I really doubt that, man. There's 26 million registered losers. On average, what, 50,000 on Steam. If we take the international market, also because unlike a lot of other games, Warframe is actually workable on consoles. So let's average another maybe 30, 25 per console. That's not even accounting for the other markets. Give or take at any time, maybe there's 100,000 to 200,000 Tenno like doing this, so I really doubt that tension, honestly. You should be complimenting me like this. For me, the biggest insult is when somebody compliments me and like it's not even backhanded, they're just coying it up. I'm like, why are you being patronizing? It's like when Redditors are like, oh wow, this guy is good at math. I'm like, many people are good at math. No, but you're good. You can do averages. Yeah. Wow, even I can do that. Oh boy. Let me check your comment history. Oh, look at this. You say math is not important. It's fine not to be good at math. Yeah, it's not important. And then why do you complain about people not knowing how to do their taxes then? I don't understand. I mean, honestly... maybe this one is still better? Well, I mean... listen, who needs explosions when you have all these bullets flying everywhere? That guy, what the fuck is going on, man? Hey, is it raining? Jesus Christ, this hailstorm hurts! Okay, see, I need a funnel zone. Okay, see, now I infect them and then I shoot. Whatever it does, I have no idea how Serene works, but hey, I'm shooting stuff. I shot the guy in the ass. Okay, no, seriously, how does Serene work? I don't understand her skill set. She was so easy back in the day. You just put Molt, you do this, and then you put your spores on Molt, enemies hit them, and then you ricochet on them. Oh no. Motherfucker, what? Oh, I shot my balls. Look at them sneaking behind me. The person up here lost their hair. There's a bald teenager. There's a bald drifter or kid right now. Oh, kid, why are you so bald? Listen, it runs in the family. Not the only thing that runs in the family. Hey! I love it when people lose their fucking hair when they're riding their horses at the... I hope that Loki motherfucker who I muted last time. I hope he cries every night to sleep. Thinking about how I insulted Vauban. He was like, it's a bad Warframe. The reason I couldn't keep on playing this map is because I had the wrong gear. I trash gear. The one case of literally the blacksmith blaming his tools. Why is he running like a manlet? This is new? Why is he running like that? Unless you're playing Limbo, then they go after Limbo players, because everything and everyone hates Limbo. My homies will hate Limbo.
Leave now or later.
Like everybody hesitates with Alchemy. Don't worry, some Redditor out there is gonna be like, Alchemy isn't bad. It just gets boring really, really fast.
Corrosion's elemental force.
Holy shit! Hold the glass! Help! Where's everybody? Oh, they're down there. Oh, wait, in that case. God, they spawned in the worst place possible, huh? Okay, dinner served. Dinner served! Order the reservation! George, did you order it? No, I swear I don't want this table. How did you get from... It must be terrifying to think gravity is fighting against you. Oh, there we go.
Extractor in place. Avoid treasure.
You can extract her in place. We're not animals. Okay, fine. I guess I need 3 balls, man. Never thought I'd say those words, but yeah, something the guy needs 3 balls. Vauban and Protea definitely were together at some point due to their obsession with balls. Due to their obsession with them. And what they say, balls that work together stay together! You wish you work on bosses.
The rupture is closed.
Well, many things people wish would work on bosses, but these, like, no.
Close the ruptures as
You see all these elements we have of the game? Yeah, it doesn't work on bosses. So just pick the lowest common denominator and call it a day. If it works on bosses, it works on 90% of the other content, so you know, we're kind of funneling people in. Everyone is like, Vauban, oh, it sucks, oh, I don't play with him, oh, and then when they get the chance, they're like, oh, look at all these enemies stacked upon each other, wow. Are they kung fu fighting? Crouching tiger, hidden corpus. Okay, no, seriously, why are the enemies so slow? What's going on? Okay, no, seriously, where are all the enemies? Why are they not spawning? I don't understand what's going on.
What a waste! Your scarred vessel comes to beg once.
Oh, were we waiting for Vor something? Oh, Vor was stuck somewhere here. What the? Okay, every day there's a new bug in the game. Honestly, don't mind that. But hey, at least. I mean, I don't know if I should say it's better than other games, which, like, they release a patch before Christmas and then they fuck off for like an entire month. And then people are like, oh, this game's not pay to win. And I'm like, are you sure about that? Yeah, we swear it's not pay to win. Just typical New Zealand games that are paid to win, but technically they're not paid to win, oh.
While you walk in other spaces, remember, Duviri is real.
No, it isn't. Tuff isn't real. Oh, shut the fuck up, man. You wish it was real. You yourself are justifying it as if being real. Don't lie to me, man. It's not real. To release 1999, with a part where the Drifter slams their fist on the ground to represent the Duviri paradox thingy that they do as a tracks thing, you know, the balls on DE to assume people are gonna remember that so many months or years later. Somebody at Digital Extremes was like, art, cinema, we're making cinema here. A little reference, oh la la. And I'm like, do you guys assume people are gonna remember that? The balls on you guys are huge. No, you don't understand, it's a reference. I swear I'm not giving them a French accent. Also, all the kids are losing their hair. Oh my god, there's right now 3 kids without any hair. Look at the toupee down there. Oh my god, they're all going bald. Everyone is going bald in Duviri. Duviri is so bad. Duviri is so bad. All the teenagers, adults, well, not technically adults. Everyone is just going bald. to finish. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. At one point I had 15, 16! 16 buffs or debuffs or whatever. Good luck knowing what anything does. Here's 18, I'm gonna guess. Oh wow, look at this. Roar does all the damage when I use it on a weapon. Wow. Wow, huh. Wow. Wow. Don't worry, someone's gonna be like, use Bane mods, they quadruple the damage. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you all make mistakes with the math. It's coming off from Roar every time. Stop using Roar and then give me the real numbers. Someone's gonna be like, what do you have a war against Bane mods? I'm like, I'll fight against Bane mods until the day I die. Those trash hips, man, I can't believe who the fuck even talks about them. Bane mods are good? No, they aren't. I also have no idea where people get the idea that Bane mods are good. I still have no idea. Because all these talk about double, triple, dripping. Bane mods are not good, okay? I don't know who made the math. Also, that certain YouTuber that makes videos about Warframe math, they're also wrong. I literally have no idea where people are getting the math for the Bane mods. Bane mods don't quadruple dip. I don't know where people are getting that from. The only closest thing to an explanation I have about Bane mods being overpowered against the right faction, the only instance of that is, fun enough, based upon... The thing is, there's one YouTuber that I thought was a good person. I thought was a good person. Okay, there's one YouTuber. What is that thing that falls behind it all the time? I don't understand. The thing is, I didn't run the math, but I'm pretty sure if I use a damage calculator of Warframe, and I don't mean the one from Overguard, even though it's perfectly fine. I mean like the actual... You know, the ones that the community are like, oh, there's all these different math it does. If I run the math, I can... Like, because here's the thing, I looked at the math on the wiki. Unless the wiki is completely wrong and people are hiding information, the Bane mods aren't doing that much more damage. Because here's the thing, I know what's gonna happen. If I talk about Bane mods and I literally prove, like actually prove, that Bane mods aren't that good and people are over exaggerating how good they are, because they're barely any better than Serration. They're like 20 to 30% like per instance of damage better than Serration. That's it. I don't know where people are getting like the quadruple dips from. And the irony is it only works if you're using Roar. So I have no idea why people are saying Bane mods where the damage is coming from in the first place. It's Roar that's doing it. Because based upon everything I was able to see, and based upon how I was able to run the math in my head, that's not where the damage is coming from. The damage is not from there. It's not from Bane mods. Bane mods are basically, what to call them? God, what's the expression? They're sunk cost fallacy, basically. Some YouTubers or some people, some streamers bought them back in the day from borrowed, they maxed them out. You know what? I feel like Bane mods are people who made a commitment to Bane mods and they're trying to sell them on the market and they're trying to justify their cost because their cost is not justified. Because do people forget what the point of Bane mods were? Like, am I mean, I'm not gonna say am I the only one who noticed this, but I feel like I am actually. In case, okay, this is back in the day. I guess some people don't remember this because they're too young and stupid. Did people forget Bane mods were rank 5 originally, right? And they were so much massively weaker than Serration. Because Bane mods were the temporary mod you get until you get the Serration mod maxed out. Bane mods are good to get until you get Serration. Because Serration was expensive to max out. Bane mods were the gap stoppers. Bane mods were how you got damage against the factions that kept on switching out. That's why we had only 3 slots, because that was Dee's original idea. And Serration was the big commitment. I mean, I know this is like vintage, this is like 2016, 18, whatever, like, you know, back then. But that's the entire idea. And then DE decided to release the Prime Bane mods. Because here's the thing, the faction mods or the what call them, the even like murmurs are the perfect example of that. Murmurs, if you build the right mods against them, they still don't work properly. Going hit actually does the work better, especially into a crit setup. Like the murmurs actually prove the point that Bane mods are completely useless unless you get a prime Bane mod, and even then you're not like that is a commitment that is not necessary at all, like at all. Because here's the question: if you're gonna fire 2 shots to kill an enemy, you still need those 2 shots, you know? The difference between a Bane mod and a Serration mod isn't enough to justify. By the way, I don't notice that you guys look like the 2, what call them, the dual Cronen thing, the Praedos thingy. Why am I so annoyed about Bane mod? Hold on, hold that thought. Okay, I'm annoyed about the Bane mods because literally all the content creators for Warframe, you know, like, it's the easiest job in the world, man. They can shut the fuck up. How do you guys feel at Matt? Because also there was another YouTuber that was saying stuff like, you know, because Google is, sorry, not Google, YouTube is like, hey, here's a video from a Warframe content creator, watch it. I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. And they're using Bane mods. They're like, are Bane mods worth it? And for half of the video, I think the video is like something 10 minutes long. This guy spends 50 minutes complaining about the community. He's like, oh, you know, the community is so mean. You guys shouldn't say bad stuff, and then you chase away content creators and blah blah blah. I'm like, brother in Christ, shut the fuck up. You're part of the problem complaining the way you are. Why don't you want to accept Bane mods aren't that great? Why don't you want to accept that? Don't be mean, leave like kind comments. Dude, you're making videos for a fucking video game where its demographic is full of children. What do you expect? If you want any respect, go and I don't know, steal money from people on crypto. Spit on that tank and then steal money from people. Maybe that's the only time you're gonna get respect. Like, I don't understand what you want. The problem, I think the problem with me is the reason I'm like so aggressive against hold on, let me think what I'm gonna get here. The reason I think I'm so aggressive against Bane mods is because all the people that vouch for it, how can I explain this? They're the first group of people who don't listen to the other side of the argument. I mean, the only argument that people have against Bane mods so far is, oh, I don't want to change my mods. And yeah, me too, I'm lazy like that. But in my case, it's because that 20% extra damage to 30 on a good roll, on a good RNG, is not enough. It's not enough. The irony is Bane mods need to be at least 60%. That's when you get the real punch through with damage. 50% is not enough. Also, it's like 50, right? It's not even 55 nowadays. Am I gonna show it on stream? Would that make a difference? Because I know what people are gonna do. People are gonna be like, look at this person, he's an idiot, he doesn't know how Bane mods work. And I'm like, dude, I literally have all the math, that's not how it works. And they're like, well, you see, technically with Bane mods, there's an extra instance of damage that you don't see very, like, visually it's cluttered. You know when you're shooting enemies with the numbers, and you don't see sometimes certain numbers? They're like, well, technically it's like 2 in 1, but you don't see it. I'm like, okay, how do you know that? Well, D told us. I'm like, where's the information? It's on the wiki. I'm like, there isn't that information is not on the wiki. The wiki is just giving the basics. Yeah, well, it's based upon the math from some random YouTuber that said it about 10 years ago. I'm like, okay, where's that video? Well, it's removed now. I'm like, okay, Bane mods, what do they work on, for example? The most basic powerful skill, well, not skill, like dot damage you have. Well, there's heat. Okay, heat doesn't work like that. What do you mean? No, you're wrong. I'm like, listen, I know heat. Like, I know heat. That's not how it works. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Well, there's a separate instance of heat that happens thanks to Bane mods. Okay, does it happen constantly per hit to hit with an extra layer of heat? Well, yeah. Okay, why doesn't it show? Because it's not meant to show on the screen. Then how do you know? Well, we just know. I'm like, how do you just know? And then here's the thing. Here's something else I want to say about Bane mods. By the way, I didn't check this with the math on the what do you call them? Who do I believe? Okay, who do I believe at a certain point? Because every time anybody wants to talk about making builds in Warframe, nobody wants to take responsibility. For example, on Reddit, I think about a month ago or two, somebody made a spreadsheet. Okay, somebody made a spreadsheet And they're like, here's, like, you know, you can enable bleed. Sorry, not bleed. They call it bleed, you know, the slash damage or whatever. But they're like, okay, here's the entire thing about slash damage with, like, an Excel sheet. You can fill out all the information. You can fill out all the information. You can do this, you can do that, and you get the information about how much damage your character is doing. Again, basic stuff. Fine, understandable. And then people are like, well, you got this information wrong, you got this information wrong, you got this information wrong. And they're like, also the slash thing is complicated, you got that wrong as well. Okay, fine. Somebody on Reddit made an Excel sheet that's very basic. You apply all the math in it, which, by the way, I didn't use, but as far as I can tell, the math is fine. You know, I don't see any problems with it. And everybody else is like, well, this is wrong, that is wrong, everything is wrong. I'm like, okay, fine. Then you go to Warframe GG. And everybody is like, well, this is wrong, that is wrong, everything's wrong, we don't trust this. You know, every build you make is taken with salt, and I'm like, dude, we're gonna die of fucking salt here at this point. Like, what are you guys talking about? You know, like Warframe GG is bad. I'm like, it's just a tool. And they're like, well, the tool is bad. And I'm like, okay, then make one yourself. You know, I know this is a very arrogant point to make. I'm like, but the thing is the same thing when people are like, oh, you know, you know, if you criticize a game, go and make a game, you know, make your own game, stop complaining about it. My answer to them is usually like, that is so stupid. Because I sure want to do this. Because I'm like, you know, it's the same argument for a house. Not that anybody can buy a house nowadays, but you bought a house. You know, you bought a house. You know, we know where this is going to. Like, you bought a house, you criticize the house. Like, you're not allowed to criticize the house and to make your own house, you know? That's not how it works. What about a restaurant? You go to a restaurant, it's going to be like, well, this restaurant sucks. And then the other person is like, well, fuck you. This is a good restaurant, you don't understand it. How about to go and make your own restaurant? And I'm like, what the fuck has it got to do the other thing? That doesn't make any sense. Can't somebody criticize something nowadays? But Warframe GG, that site with all the Warframe stuff, people are like, don't listen to that site. That site does wrong math and stuff. I'm like, okay, fine. What about this other site? There's like 2 or 3 other sites that do the math. Again, if you run the math, they're all pretty similar. And people are like, well, no, this is wrong, that is wrong, everything is wrong. So at a certain point, I have to ask the question, what's even the point of playing Warframe or running the math on weapons and DPSs? You know, what's the point? If every single site, according to somebody, is wrong because their favorite weapon isn't doing 2.5 million DPS damage per 60 seconds over the course of 2 hours. At a certain point, you have to eat your loss, you know? You have to accept the fact that maybe the math is right and you are wrong all this time. And all of this has a premise of being because of Bane mods. This is why any YouTuber or Warframe content creator that is like, Bane mods, you should be using Bane mods, get good. You have to use Bane mods, get good. And the other guys are like, please guys, don't be so mean to each other about Bane mods. I'm like, dude, you are literally the same person who goes on, not Reddit, but you know, on the internet and is like, don't choose this site, don't do this, don't do that. Here's an Excel sheet, don't use it. Here's my own personal website, don't use this as well, it's wrong as well. Then what do you do, man? Everything is wrong? Where's a good website with a good math for Warframe? Does one exist? Well, it's in my head, because I know the secret formula to Bane mods. Where is the secret formula for Bane mods? It's somewhere. In my ass, it's somewhere. I swear, all I understood about Bane mods is that a whole bunch of people had invested in them and they're trying to like flip them in the market. So there's this constant lie that like Bane mods are these double, triple DPS increasers. I mean, they would literally be double at best if it was like 0.6. It's not even 0.6, it's 0.5. I don't like they didn't double it. Prime mods usually double the damage you get out of something, if I remember correctly. Make my peace. I'll never make my peace as long as there are people out there that are like, Warframe community, back up, stop being so big meanies. You have to respect other people and their choices. I'm like, what choices? We're not talking about somebody's sexuality here. We're talking about you being wrong about Bane mods and the math behind it. Don't use Warframe GG. Okay, fine. Let's use this site. No, don't use this site as well. Okay, I'm gonna use that Excel sheet. No, there's math you don't know about. Shut the fuck up, man. It's quadratic. What the fuck does quadratic even mean? It's to the power of 4. No, it doesn't mean to the power of 4 just like that. Then again, these are the same people that will like see a Riven mod and they're like, yeah, just stick a Riven mod in anything. Do you know Wisp passive is completely useless? Huh? Do you know about that? Huh? Did you know about that? Huh? Did you know about that? Wisp passive is so useless, oh no. Oh no, Wisp passive is so useless, oh no. Oh no. It's so useless. What do you mean 100% damage mitigation where you're floating away as a ghost being invisible? No, you don't. Don't you know how Warframe works? YouTube recommends me trash? Yeah, I think YouTube does recommend me trash. Because just today it recommended me a weird video about Warframe. I don't mean weird like that. I mean, though mind you, at least it's not as weird as Pokemon. Like, YouTube accidentally recently recommended me videos about Pokemon. The old school Dorkly videos. I don't know why, and I'm like, oh hey, what's up with Dorkly? Those guys are still alive? Considering what happened to the site. I guess I'll watch it. And I'm like, okay, fine, it's still the old Dorkly. Nothing much to say about it. You know, whatever. And then, literally, all I get spammed is horny Pokemon content. What happened to the Pokemon content community, honestly? Not even content community, like just Pokemon fans in general. What happened to those motherfuckers? Why is everybody so horny? On YouTube, literally, 90% of the Pokemon content, and now even my Pokemon searches, it's 90. Okay, I have to say something. Okay, Google and YouTube, this is your fault. I don't know what else to say, honestly. But apparently in the Pokemon community still, like children, not even children, I don't know what I'm gonna say about this. Vaporon happened. Vaporon happened. That was the canon event that ruined everything. But basically, this is like the default. I guess because I'm an adult, you know, it's expected content like that to like. What's happening? You can't even search Pokemon. Okay, I'm an adult. This is my PC. Nobody else uses it, so you know, safe filter off, all that stuff. I mean, also I don't have the most wholesome Google searches, so whatever. But if I search Pokemon, and I wouldn't be like you know, after the Dorkly thing, because I was very curious what the fuck is happening. 90% of the stuff that get recommended is like top 10 sexiest Pokemon. Here's a tier list. Like, what the fuck? There's an epidemic of people who wanna screw their Pokemons for some reason. And honestly, it's way too high. It wasn't this bad when I was a kid. In fact, as a kid, I don't think I ever saw anything like that. But what the fuck happened with the Pokemon community? Reminded the recommendations are based upon what I watch. That's the problem. I just watched one comedy sketch about Pokemon from an old internet thingy or whatever, YouTube thingy you wanna call it. The Dorkly guys. And because it has adult humor, like the type of humor, you know, where like Pokemon steal kids and stuff like that, because they're like literally Pokemon that steal kids. There's another Pokemon that steals kids. Did you know about that one Pokemon that steals kids? There's like at least 5 Pokemons that steal kids for some reason. I have no idea what's going on in the Pokemon universe, but I'm very surprised there are kids that exist. Or the fact that half of the Pokemon are nuclear bombs that could go off at any moment and destroy the entire planet, or they're hotter than the sun. Stuff like that. And then, the recommendation, 90% of them, here's a trainer, here's a sexy Pokemon, that has the body of a human and big titties. Oh no, Baka, this Pokemon wants to sleep with its master. It wants to go to a love motel. And the guy's like, no, it's wrong. No human and Pokemon. And the Pokemon uses hypnosis and kidnaps their master. That's 90% of the Pokemon content nowadays. It's essentially violations. The Pokemon community has serious problems, man, if 90% of their content is like Pokemon's violating their masters. Like what the fuck? You see, it's funny because it's a guy. You see, guys are horny all the time. So when a Pokemon is like, I'm gonna kidnap my master and take them to a love motel, it's funny, it's hilarious, it's comedy gold. Because it's a guy, get it? It's a guy, so it's funny and it's sexy. That's exactly what we want. To get violated by our I have no idea. It's a furry Pokemon, okay? It's full of fur. That's the only thing I know. It's why I think it's one of the new ones. I literally have no idea which it is. It's definitely not one of the original ones. I'll say, at least I can confirm that. I guess the original people died off or something. Or they started families, unlike the degenerates nowadays. The only good Pokemon trainer is Kogito. I have no idea what that is.
Wall may become a gaping wound.
Attention here, a gaping wound. But that is like 90% of the content on YouTube. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I don't even get... That's the funny part. I don't even get recommended, like, speedruns. No, he died, finally. Like, I don't even get recommended speedruns. Like, the first thing I do, I'd assume I get recommended speedruns left and right. And it's like, here's a Pokemon speedrun. I'm like, wow, cool, except no! Even if I search Pokemon speedruns, my personalized, I mean, I'm gonna assume it's personalized, I don't know. Because I have my history system disabled, and anytime Google switches it on, I disable it automatically, and stuff like that. You search, at least in my case, I search speedrun, I don't get any speedrun recommendations. And then finally, when my entire history thing, like, they keep on showing me horny Pokemon, it finally gets, like, removed, it's clean. I'm like, oof, it's cleaned, okay. And then there is like a Pokemon recap. Here's what happened in Pokemon in Season 1 by some guy that, you know, draws artwork, and it's all wrong. It's like, that's what will happen in Season 1 of Pokemon. I mean, I was a very young kid when I saw it, but I remember the fuck out of it. You know, it's that age. That's the sad part. As a kid, there's a certain age where you watch something and remember everything about it, and you're like, wow, I remember trash. This is completely useless, but I guess I have to remember it, like it or not. And I'm like, wow, this video sucked. Immediately, I get horny Pokemons recommended to me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, man? I didn't even search for any of that. I don't understand. Also, that's 9% of the humor of the Pokemon stuff. It's like, here's a sexy Pokemon. Here's a sexy Pokemon. Here's a sexy Pokemon. Oh, you don't want to sleep with this Pokemon? Oh no, she does. She does want to sleep with you. She wants to have your eggs. So she's gonna kidnap you. Your own Pokemon is gonna kidnap you to a whole lawful motel. I'm like, what the fuck, man? This is okay? I know degeneracy has no limits, but holy shit. You know, people can complain all they will like about Patreon, but oh my god, at least the thing that Patreon did, which was like, you know, there's a limit on the type of content you can put up. Oh, honestly, YouTube fucking is the same. Like, holy shit, man. I think YouTube should preemptively delete every single Pokemon video that was uploaded in the last 5 years. Like, automatically. Just delete all of them. And then start a new filtering process. If there's a Pokemon with breasts, remove it automatically, please. Because, oh my god, there's way too much of that. And the thing is, even if it's like normal Pokemon, that's what gets me. Even if you find videos with normal Pokemons and you're like, oh, okay, it's fine, you know, it seems fine. It's like what is it? The Eevee, right, the Eevees. Like, there was this video that I saw, it's like 3 Eevees. Just, you know, being bros.
Not to be content
being bros. Even normal Pokemon videos, they're like low-key horny. They're low-key horny, they're furry bait, and honestly, you know what, I'm gonna say this. If God wants to destroy the entire world at this point, like, he's on a schedule, he should hurry up by the end of the year, I think. I don't know we're still alive. Because, oh my god, even the normal Pokemon videos, the one about like 3 Eevees, there's one about like 3 Eevees, they're broing out. No, not in that way. They're, you know, it's like, oh, like, you know, friends renting out the same apartment and stuff like that. And they get a new friend, which is an Eevee. And each one is like, oh, I'm the Lightning Eevee. I forget what they're called. I'm the Lightning Eevee, and I want this Eevee to transform into that. No, this or that. And it's like low-key cringe. The humor is not funny. The pacing of the joke is disastrous. Basically, it's like low-key, you know, low-key, bisexual, furry humor. It's very cringe, you know, they're straddling that line, so thirsty people click on it and they're like, 3 cute TVs, look at them broing out and being so baka with each other. Oh, and also they're threatening to murder each other every 5 seconds. It's so funny when 3 little... I mean, not that I have a problem with 3 little dogs threatening to kill each other every 5 minutes, but it's so funny when three bisexual Eevees are threatening to kill each other every 5 seconds or every 5 minutes in a video about them trying to convert an Eevee into another one with a stone or whatever. And the joke ends up just at the end being like, you know, somebody's like, oh, what about a Vaporeon? No! You know, oh no, that's the joke. Oh no, Vaporeon, oh no. And I'm like, dude, even the stuff that should be standard and maybe cringe at it is still like low-key horny cringe. I'm like, dude, what is going on with the Pokemon universe? Not like, you know, maybe Nintendo deserves this. Fuck those motherfuckers. Back in the day when they were like, oh no, all these sites have Pokemon content on them. I mean, no, like, oh, okay, you know what? Maybe they don't deserve. Like the point is, it's like, you know, two monsters fighting each other. The adult community with their Pokemon fetish. And Nintendo. When Nintendo was so pissed off that they decided to go after every single adult site with Pokemon stuff, and the adult site just renamed Pokemon to Porky Man, and then they changed it back because Nintendo forgot about it. Like, I don't know what to cheer on for. Maybe I should be crying. Because it's two idiots fighting each other, essentially. I mean, I don't even know why Nintendo decided to go after that, and their excuse was like, oh no, you know what, maybe Nintendo has a point. When children Google Pokemon and the first thing they see is Pokemon's getting railed and kidnapping their masters and taking them to the Love Hotel. Maybe Nintendo has a point. But then again, it's Nintendo, you know? It's like one step away from being Disney, these motherfuckers, so I don't know who to cheer on for. Who deserves to get punished more than each other? It's a conundrum. It's like you want to see both people fail, you know, at the same time. It's like Mussolini versus Hitler. You both want to see them fail. But, you know, you have to root for somebody to fail the other one first. So, like, you're kind of confused. Because there first needs to be a winner for the other guy to lose. So, it's, you know, it's a conundrum. You're shocked that people even like Pokemon still. Well, that's a problem. Because a whole bunch of nerds convinced themselves that, you know, going to university and playing Pokemon with a bunch of other nerds was the correct way to live life. Every once in a while, they make their fans feel the god of... Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's exactly it. That's exactly also why I dislike them. Like, they don't even soften the blow, you know? It's like, out of nowhere, suddenly they come out and they're like, fuck you! Like, how at one point, low-key, they came out against people who were, like, putting Mario in a swimsuit. And that entire drama about Mario being in a swimsuit. I'm like, what? What even what a drama about Mario in a swimsuit? I don't know, a mustachioed guy showing off his swimsuit was a big scene. Mario wasn't even wearing a bikini. I don't understand why Nintendo lost their shit at one point there. I mean, you know, for a company that can't even figure out the internet, they have some pretty big balls doing what they're doing. Is it here? We're missing one.